Hello everybody, this is House Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dredge. In the previous episode, our ship got wrecked on some rocks and we had to take a loan had to start paying off a loan for the new ship that we were given by the mayor of Greater Marrow. But thankfully we got it all paid off, got some nice equipment, and we also unlocked the dry dock. This is the dry dock. We can make significant improvements to your vessel here. We're talking extra space, more attachment points for equipment, and even superior hulls. We'll need a decent stock of hard materials for these projects. Lumber, metal scraps, that sort of thing. How do I get materials? There's plenty of decent materials around the coast from various shipwrecks and the like. I'm sure you'll find a way to get at them. Well, not yet. Materials assigned toward upgrades will be stored stored, so don't worry if you only have half of what we need. Unfortunately, we don't have means of getting those materials yet, but being able to get some more space is not a bad thing. Unfortunately, nothing we get here will upgrade our hull space, so yeah, our cargo space, I should say. So we're going to need to put in the work in order to get that, because it seems we need to upgrade to an entirely new hull to get more space. But so be it. I wonder, he's mentioned something about the fishmonger. Found this book out back. Could be useful to you. Fishmonger reaches under the counter and hands you a damp, battered book. A few shimmering fish scales are stuck to the cover. Thanks. Anyways, do I have the cash for the better light? No, not quite, and I do want the better light for more visibility. So, let us dock up for the night. Let me check on the book. We're not quite done there. Rods, reels, and rigs, huh? Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, catch some more fish, get a little cash, and get the light, but I'm gonna do that off camera, because you don't really need to see it. I did enough of that first episode. And it's just gonna be the same thing over again. Oh, hello. Grotesque mackerel. Species added to encyclopedia. Corrupted scales and bulbous eyes, like nothing you've ever seen before. And we got a new pursuit out of that. Interesting. Well, that is something that we needed. Ooh, another grotesque mackerel. I will tell you, the aberrant fish sell for more than regular fish. Oh, and sustainable fishing is done. Perfect. 10% chance to not reduce fish stock when catching a fish. Nice. Well, with a rod. And that's just permanently active, which means I can start doing rods, reels, and rigs for our book. Okay, well, let's get a little bit more to fill this out, and then I'll see you guys back at Greater Marrow. Alright, back at Greater Marrow, let's take this aberrant fish to the fishmonger, see what he says about it. What is it today? You hand the grotesque fish to the fishmonger. He grins, raising the fish up to his face before inhaling a deep, stuttering breath. Ah, now this is the sort of specimen to liven up my day. I wonder. He runs his fingers firmly along the length of the fish as though feeling for something. He pushes from one side of its stomach and a small shape can be seen against the bulging scales. He slices the fish open. From its stomach he pulls a small piece of fabric and spreads it out on the counter. It's a delicately patterned handkerchief. Well, I've seen that before in all my days. Well, I've never seen that before in all my days. I'll give you this thing, and I'll pay you for the fish too, of course. Not the first corrupted fish I've seen in these parts, so I'm sure you'll find more before too long. But you will if you find any more. Yeah, 27 bucks and 52 cents compared to, say, the $10 from a regular blue mackerel, and this one is shorter. Alright, let's sell all the fish. That should be more than enough. A handkerchief. A once beautiful handkerchief drawn from the insides of a grotesque fish, patterned with a delicate crimson thread. Now that should unlock aberrant fish, well, everywhere. A man is looking at you through your cabin window. His face is mostly in shadow. I know what you took to the fishmonger. And I'll be clear, I know he extracted an artifact from it. I need to inspect it, but not here. Meet me on Blackstone Isle. Head out of this bay and cut south. I have a business proposition that you'll want to hear. I'll be waiting. Okay, well, we'll get to that, but first things first, let's get our cloudy lens. Probably not the best bit of equipment, but hey, with this we can now go out at night safely, quote-unquote. And yep, there's Blackstone Isle. Yeah, may as well. Don't have much else. And yeah, it'll also tell you what it's an aberration of. Funny that it's number 104, considering it's the first one. Not a strange-looking fish. Never seen anything like it in all my years. It died as soon as it was pulled from the water, but its scales are still pulsing with a strange rhythm. I don't want to handle it anymore. Have headaches and ears are ringing slightly. And maybe the fishmonger at Greater Marrow will know more. Alright, let's undock, and for the first time, let's head out at night. And let's turn on the light. Ah ha ha ha. This is interesting. That may be an indicator of something aberrant lurking within. There it is, brood squid. Yeah, I believe those effects only show up at night, but they are an indicator that the fishing spot has an aberrant fish that you can catch. Ooh. Ah, damn it. Missed out on a trophy. But yeah, that's the arrow squid that the fishmonger wanted from us. And yeah, you can see we don't have a whole lot of range with this cloudy thing. Exposure to fog and other things will increase your panic. Bright lights and sleeping will reduce it. Good to know. Ooh, I see something shining out there. And I see an indicator of something aberrant over here. Ah, new fish. Now, I don't know if that guarantees you get an aberrant fish, but it doesn't hurt to track. Yep, there it is. Tusked grouper. Alright, there we go. Now, I know I said I wanted to head to Blackstone, but we may as well take care of selling this off. Now then, as your stress increases, you're gonna start seeing things, like rocks in areas where there weren't rocks to begin with. And even though they are not actually there, they can still damage your ship for some reason. And you can also have your lights just randomly go out. Fisherman, have you run into a photographer on your travels? She docked here a few days ago for supplies. I suggested that she take some pictures of the town for promotional purposes, but she didn't seem too interested. She mentioned she was heading south. Perhaps you should introduce yourself. And we will. Have you got any fish for that order? Yes, indeed. Matter of fact, I got both of them. Never really noticed that it jiggles around. Obviously, I'm not going to put the aberrant fish in there because, well, it's worth a lot more as anything else. I didn't think you had it in you. Night fishing is a tall order. I'm meaning to talk to you about a new business venture I've been considering. Crab pots. Got one here for you, in fact. It's a bit banged up, but you can get it fixed at the shipwright. Alright. And yes, they take up inventory space. Ability unlocked, crab pot. Deploy crab pot, don't forget where you put it. Should be pretty straightforward. Just drop it out at sea anywhere, then come back after a day or two to check on it. Got a customer after a fiddler crab and a common crab. Both species can be found around here. Makes sense. Some fish prefer deeper waters, while others stick to the shallows. If you're looking for something specific, it's important to know what depth you're working with. And we can buy more crab pots from them, but they cost $100 each. Anyways, let's sell all the fish. Sure, we'll get that repaired, and let's get one more. I've already bought the equipment I want for now. Nope. Dry dock's kind of pointless right now. And yeah, $7.50, not a big deal. Let's move this up here. Honestly, I should have done that earlier, but oh well. Their stock does restore every day, so I could get an improved outboard engine to replace the peculiar engine, but the +1 knots ain't gonna make that much of a difference that it would be worth the $200. Alright, I say we rest for now and then head to Blackstone Isle. Let the crap out ability, yeah, they catch things over time but need repairing every so often. So if we head to this and change over, there's a crab pot plenty around here, so let's drop one here, and then let's head for a deeper depth. Let's say here. Then we'll come back later, and the crab pot, this one, has limited space, and I should note, even crabs can be aberrant. So, yeah. Alright, it's about time we headed out of this bay and started exploring the world at large. What's this? Oh, right. And we can also use a spyglass, get a closer look, can identify fishing spots at a distance. Whoa, okay, sensitivity on this is a little high. Coastal cod. Coastal blue mackerel. A message in a bottle. Oh, and it even points you in the direction of it. Neat. But for now, let's head back here. Ruined mansion. Alright. The man is standing in a doorway, watching you approach. He's holding an old book in one hand. It's bound in crimson with silver ribbons. You came. Good. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a collector of many things. Art and artifacts, treasures and truths, curios that occupy the periphery of desire. Do you have something for me? You give the handkerchief to the collector. He holds it up to the flickering light and studies it. These patterns are unmistakable. Even after all this time, this handkerchief comes from an old ship I've been searching for. It sank many years ago. It carried items of great importance. As you can imagine, retrieving them is proving it to be challenging. That's where you come in. My proposition is this. I will outfit your vessel with equipment that will let you dredge the wrecks and dark depths. Find me these lost relics, and I will reward you in ways beyond all imagining. You need not give up your fishing career. I'll merely need a few hours with your vessel to make the necessary alterations. What do you say? Well, we can't make any progress without being able to dredge the wrecks, so I accept. An excellent decision. I'll prepare the equipment immediately. The relics we're looking for are a ring, a necklace, a watch, and a music box and key. I would encourage you to ask around towns about shipwrecks or other strange occurrences. Anything that might be worth investigating. Return when you have something. Okay. Let's check out this workshop over here. The workshop looks as though it hasn't been used in decades. You enter, taking a moment to let your eyes adjust to the dim light. Find some horrifying creations among the detritus. Arterial engine. Bony blades of this grotesque engine are driven by a pulsing heart. It beats in time with your own. Yeah, this basically means it goes faster whenever you are high stress, or high panic, I should say. Sign of a ruin. Operational, aberration bonus plus 5%. Symbol of the deepest carved into the small talisman. It's sure to draw the attention of those attuned to it. This one, however, I can actually take and install. Got space for it. Aberration bonus plus 5%? Why not? Search for relics. Find the key in the marrows. Use box and Gale Cliffs, Ring and Stellar Basin, Necklace and Twisted Strand, and Watch and Devil's Spine. And that is pretty much the order you're going to want to do that in. Collector has installed dredging equipment on my boat. I'm to locate some relics for him. He said he'll reward me for any I return to him at Blackstone Isle. Okay, caught to order. Uh-huh. Alrighty then. Let us undock. Let's see if we can't get some fishing done. Plus, I suppose we can always hit up the town and ask about some wrecks. While we are at it. All-seeing cod. Alrighty then. Staring outwards, unblinking. Our eyes borrowed from a larger being, but not the mind to process what it sees. Interesting. Alright, this one's depleted. Can't get that one because that's oceanic. So no point. Ooh, and we may as well start dredging up some stuff. Dredging works differently. This one's going to get us some wood. You can tell by the outline or silhouette. See that icon? It's going to go around. And you want to use X to change lanes. Again, if you're on controller. To avoid it hitting, well, dropping, I should say. Ooh, and sometimes we can get research parts out of this. Excellent. Rods and reels and rigs is completed. And that depletes all the wood in here. Let's get the light turned on, and it looks like there's something aberrant here we can catch. Oh, but this is something we don't really have the space for. Oh, hey, let's check out that book. 10% chance... Oh, rod will reel fish in 10% more effectively. Good to know. Still fresh. So that's good. Let's dock here. And ask around. Painter. Ah, the fisherman. I thought you might stop by. Welcome to my humble studio. If you're wanting to experiment with some decorations, yes, I'm the person to talk to. I can attach flags and bunting to add some style to your boat. We have a design here already that you might like. If you find any others in your travels, bring them back to me and I can rig them up for you. Of course, I can also add a splash of color to your hull. I'm sorry to say that my selection of pigments is limited at the moment, though. Could I help find more pigments? He thinks for a short while. The other day, down by the shoreline, I saw a strange crab with the most strikingly vibrant coloration. Many aren't suited to clambering over rocks and chasing crustaceans, you see, but if you caught such a creature... He clears scraps of cloth and paper from his workbench, revealing a large pestle and mortar. The right binding agent, we can grind them together for a new mixture. He turns back to you, a cunning plan forming in his mind. Fisherman, bring me some of those strange crabs. We'll turn your vessel into a work of art. But for now, what can I help you with today? Let's see, change flag. Fish flag? Okay. Just bunting. The heck is bunting? Can I use any leftover pigments I have? Oh, that's bunting. Why is it called bunting? Paint boat? The roof? Sharp mint. Ah, so we have to catch certain aberrant fish and bring them back. Blue depths? Oh, and that costs time. I'll stick with the rusty red. What are the other ones we can get? Sharp mint, maple orange, royal purple, golden treasure, black abyss. I might like the royal purple. Alright, let's leave, and then we're going to talk to the grieving father. Hello, is everything okay? Do you know of any shipwrecks around here? Oh, yes, you see, my only son was lost at sea some years ago. He's still out there somewhere. One of those wrecks, all alone in the cold, dark water. The man is clearly trying his hardest to remain composed, but tremors of grief rack his body. I was wondering, I noticed you have some dredging equipment installed on your vessel. If you're able to retrieve any of his belongings from the wreck, I think he'd feel more at peace if his memories were here with me. He wore a bronze belt buckle, specially engraved. I'd recognize it anywhere. If there's any chance you could find it, I'd be in your debt. Anything else? Do you know of any strange occurrences? I don't get out a lot anymore, so I don't see much of what goes on. But I do remember the old mayor in his final days. What an awful sight it was. Screaming and throwing things into the sea. Throw it back, he would cry over and over. Thinking anyone who would listen, howling it to the wind. These days, I almost feel like I understand. Anything I can help you with? No, I'm good. Alright. Yeah, fish is starting to go stale. The aberrant one is still fresh, but... I probably shouldn't bother with that because I don't have the space for it. I'll check him in the morning, though. Once I've sold off these catches. I can still get a decent amount. Alright. Let's toss the research part into storage for now. Let's head over to the dry dock, see if we can't get started on unlocking some stuff. You know what? Some extra engine space would be good. Let's toss the wood into that. And let's toss the wood into some extra rod space. Research. I do want to invest in the hydraulic rod because we need to get both this and this one in order to unlock this. Though I'm probably not going to get this. I'm probably going to get this one and then this one, and that'll... I believe that'll cover everything. Or almost everything. We can also unlock new crab pots. Efficient one. Let's see. Should be more effective at catching creatures. A hardy one that lasts longer. And a large one that can capture more. Which can then lead into these ones. But if I can unlock this one... I mean, there's also the jet engine drive, which... 9 knots doesn't seem like a lot. However, it only takes up 1 space. And if you got a lot of engine space, well... you can fit a lot of these in and make a really fast one. But I think for now, we'd probably want to invest in the refined outboard engine. But I'm going to hold off on that. Anyways, let's talk to the lighthouse keeper. What is it? You know of any shipwrecks around here? Jazz you suspiciously. There's a spot near the back of Greater Marrow where the current carries wreckage from the sea. Some nights you can see an unnatural glow rising from that patch of dark water. Can't imagine what's down there in the deep. So if you're looking for what I think you're looking for, it's best you just move on. Have you heard of any strange things happening? I see plenty of strange things from atop the lighthouse. Sometimes I don't know whether or not I can trust my own eyes. Shows the lantern up so that it shines brightly onto your face. Are you really standing here in front of me? Or is this just another of the fog's tricks? Okay, who lives on Blackstone Isle? I see a lot from up here, you know. I saw that ill-fated boat return. I chose to look the other way. I watched an unnatural glow flicker through those windows. What have you got planned? I hope you know what you're doing out there. What do you know about the old mayor of Little Marrow? He's... I try not to think about him. It's a painful memory for us all. Some nights I still think I can hear the hum of his engines sailing past the bay. But I know he's gone, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. Okay, I should go. What about the builder? You approach a woman sitting on the dockside, staring out to sea. She turns to you. What's it like out there? It's peaceful. It's gotta be a damn sight better than this bloody town. I think I just need to get away for a while. Maybe not come back. Going backwards is a mistake, don't you think? You should always keep moving forward. Moving along. It's not so bad here. She's gazing out to the sea again, lost in thought. Say, if you find me some materials, maybe you can help me move? I mean, really move. There's an island I've heard about, Steel Point, just to the north. 2 units of lumber and 2 units of scrap is all I need. I can make a new place for myself out there. You'd be welcome to visit too. Just stack it up at Steel Point when you have anything. I'll pay you when the job's done. Sure, we can do that. Let's see, only got a few minutes left, so let's head out and check the crab pots. Who knows, maybe we got some aberrant fish. Nope, common crab. What did he need? Common crab and a fiddler crab. We need 2 lumber and 2 scrap. And a belt buckle near Little Marrow. Okay, well, we got the common crab. Let's see if we can find the fiddler crab. No, but we got a trophy common crab. Alright, well, let's go get that bottle. Then we're going to see about getting that belt buckle for the guy. August 21st, 1972. We had a slight accident yesterday around the shallows at the back of Greater Marrow. A rock seemingly appeared out of nowhere and struck the front of the boat. It did not penetrate the hull, but it jostled us around and a few items fell overboard into the water. We did not see what they were, which is of some concern. But we believe all important articles are accounted for. He's been checking over some notes from the boat renaming ceremony. He's paranoid that he performed the steps incorrectly. Never known him to be so superstitious. Yeah. Something glowing over here. Ooh, but we also got this. Ooh, something valuable. Let's see. Old iron chain. Okay, maybe not that valuable. Wrong button every time. Getting too impatient. Not waiting long enough. Wasting a lot of time that could be spent doing anything else. There we go. Bronze belt buckle. Ah, some metal scrap. Yes, I do need it for that quest, but I would also like to get some upgrades for my boat. Alright, got plenty out of that. If we can get some wood, we can get some more stuff out of it. Alright. But I don't see anything else for us to salvage right now. And we're almost out of time, so... how's about we return to Little Marrow, drop off that bronze belt buckle and sell off the chain, and call it there for today. Now, I should note, you can sell the belt buckle to the trader. He'll give you 80 bucks for it, but then you can't complete the quest. And you can buy stuff back from him, but, well, you'd kind of lose out on stuff. Or lose out on the money. About that belt buckle. Give the belt buckle to the man? Yes, of course. Give the belt buckle to the man. This is his. Well, thank you. Bless you. You've returned him to me. Please, take this. I have not any money to pay you, but this might hold some value to you. Yes, it does. Anything else I can help you with? Nope. I wonder. We've got 2 research parts. We could invest in getting this flexible fishing rod so we can replace the brittle rod. Yeah, the basic fishing pole with that. Free up some space, because then we can get rid of the simple skimmer. Might not be a bad idea. We could also consider getting the refined outboard engine, and then when we upgrade the engine space, we can get this one, because it takes up 3 spaces in a curve. And the upgrade for the engines would open up these 2 spaces, so it would be a perfect fit that would allow us to get plus 50 knots. Things you gotta consider in this game. But that is going to have to wait until next episode, because we are out of time for today. If you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I upload, and please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.